It's been great.
Sorry, he just got in last night for us.
Yeah, I got in yesterday at about 4. I had a flight, came from Detroit, went over to LA. That was about 4 hours, and I had to wait in LA for about 2 hours. And then from LA to Sydney was 15 hours, and I had a layover in Sydney for 6 hours. And then here from Sydney was about 3 hours, 2.5. So it was a long day. When I got here, it was Monday, but when I left, it was Saturday. So that was weird. But got home yesterday. Nice apartment, nice place, nice car, nice city. Coach picked me up. He was real helpful with everything, And talked to the guys last night. They took me to the store and showed me around. I got some stuff for the apartment, so I'm comfortable. I feel like I'm at home, and I'm ready to have a great season. I'm ready to be out here with these guys. It was a great first day. We just finished. I feel good. I feel like it's about 8 p.m., but I know it's probably like 10 a.m., so still just got to get over that. But other than that, I feel great.
How was the intensity out there day one? Looked like you guys really hit the ground running.
Yeah, Coach said it wasn't going to be too much, but I don't know if I believe that from here on out. We went hard for about an hour and a half, so that's a good thing. I feel like every day we're going to learn, get better, and grow, as a unit. That's what we need. Being like the underdogs in the league, I think we definitely got to come out with that chip on our shoulder and that mentality and those type of guys that he recruited here, like myself.
Most looking forward to about the season ahead?
What was that?
Most looking forward to about the season ahead?
Just proving everybody wrong. I talked to the guys and, obviously we like the team that nobody believes is going to be nothing. So I just want to prove everybody wrong. I want to show them that we're going to come out and compete no matter who it is or where it is. We're going to be the team to beat.
You've been working closely with the guys like Taryn and your other guards to get that connection as early as you can.
What was that?
You're going to try and build that chemistry as quickly as you can with the guys?
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I said last night, I talked to Taryn and Jonah. We went to the store and, just hung around the apartments a little bit. So that's what's important, about a team like this is the chemistry, how well we play together, and just, our personalities matching together on the court so that we can be the best that we can be.
Is there anything in particular that drew you to coming to the Cairns over any other family on the sides?
Well, not necessarily. It was kind of like my agent brought it to me, and I had to go with it. Like I needed this. I wanted this super bad. I wanted to be in the NBL after coming from the G League last season. It didn't matter what team, but now that I'm here, I love it here already. And I only think I've been here for 24 hours yet, but I'm excited to be here, and I love the chemistry, and I just love the aura of the place, and the people. It's a small town. Everybody seems like they well knit together. It's like good community, so I like stuff like that. That's how I am. I'm a family person, so it just feels like a family here.
Do you know Pedro Bradshaw, or when you played against him?
Yeah, I played against him a little bit. We're not necessarily like friends, I would say. We cool, we see each other. I dap him up just because he usually guard me when we go against each other, and I will guard him. But it'll be a cool thing. When he get here, obviously we'll probably build a better connection and relationship.
There was a game in December between you two that he dropped 20 points and 14 rebounds. Is it going to be nice to have that on your team as opposed to guarding him?
Yeah, no, definitely. Was that against? Was I playing? It was just against me. I don't remember that. But yeah, I'm excited to have him here. I told Coach when he, brought his name over to me that he a great guy, great defender, knockdown corner three shooter, and he just play hard. Like he real gritty, on the ball and on the defensive end. And I feel like that's the type of players that we got, and that's what we need.
For the record, you got a few points on him as well. But just on your own game, do you base any facets of your game on track and field?
Huh?
Do you base any facets of your game on track and field?
Not really. People usually say I do play like him. Our body size is similar, but I just base my game off of who I've always been since high school. What got me to college and then what got me to the pros. I just always try to be the scorer that I am, 3 levels. I can get to the rim, mid-range or the 3, and then hard-nosed defender, pick up full court, rotations, and just be tough.
Day 2 of getting the guys on the floor, and there's a lot of energy amongst the group, naturally, as there is in pre-season. But no, it's good. We're getting some good content in. Like I said, Rob got in last night and did a full day, and it's been good.
Talking about bringing that synergy, obviously quite a new look roster this season.
Yeah, I've always sort of started pre-season 7 weeks out before our first game. The big difference, right, is I got Rob here day 2 of pre-season. Usually we've always brought the imports out a little bit later, so it's cool that if you gave him the choice, he wanted to be here to watch some NBL 1 games, so he's been keen to get here. So having him here now just gives him a head start.
Talk to us about Pedro Bradshaw, the new son.
Yeah, excited. 6'7" wing, great shooter, great defender. He is, I guess, the reference his teammates is he's the ultimate teammate. There's a YouTube video where they get to describe Pedro in one word, and everything's glue guy or hard worker or funny, which is exactly what we were looking for on the off-court side of things. But yeah, on court he's just super effective. Where the plan is to increase the volume of his output, assuming he can shoulder that responsibility. He'll be really good. So he's not necessarily an import I've had before in a sense of his style of play. So I'm excited to incorporate him into a lineup where Taryn is a great distributor. They're going to be sharing the court a lot with each other.
It's just another piece to the puzzle, I guess. Do you think it's the team that can get you to the championship this season?
Oh look, the main thing first is we've got to get this group together and get them on the same page. If you start looking too far ahead, you're going to miss, the challenges that are in front of you. So, we've got a real philosophy this year of just dominating each day. So we want to win practice, and the guys are done now. We'll head over to the gym, and I want to have an elite training session. And you start to stack those days, and they start to build a bit of momentum, and then you start incorporating into the games. And so, we're really what day 2 is right now is putting one foot in front of the other. Obviously, everybody plays to win and compete and get a championship, but you don't want to skip some steps along the way.
Is that any different to what you've done in past pre-seasons?
Yes and no. I think this year more so I've put more emphasis on getting the little things right, and so I'm stopping and starting practice a little bit more than what I used to, and attention to detail is massive. But we've got a great group that's really receptive of that. But also the level of experience amongst the guys is some extremes. We've got guys who've, like Taryn in his case, has been working out with all these NBA clubs, and then we've got some other guys where it's their first year in the NBL. So trying to make sure we can cater to everybody without, moving too fast or moving too slow is probably the key. So, I've got a great coaching staff where we're able to do some more individual stuff with guys that need a little bit of catch-up compared to the guys that are already, ahead of schedule.
One guy's obviously not here is Jackson. Have you been following the South Sudanese guys? Obviously 4 Taipans, ex-Taipans over there.
Yeah, Sunday as well, who I coached as a teenager and then went through a journey with him at Perth. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. They got their first Olympic win, and, the energy amongst that group's fantastic. So, it's really fun. I think everyone's referring to them as their favourite second team, and, I hope they go far. It's a great, unique story that's, is going to make a great ESPN special, down the track. But right now they're in the middle of their journey, and, they're hungry for some success. So wish them all the best.
Would Jackson or Ball or any of those guys spoken to you about what it means to them to pull on the South Sudan team?
Yeah, even the lead up to it, and I've been, texting regularly as well with Jackson and Bull, and I said in the close relationship I have with Sunday and how valuable and important it is to their family. It means more than just basketball. So, you just can't help but, fall in love with the narrative.
Would you make it Jackson guarding up against Anthony Edwards?
Well, look, it's a great photo for the gram, that's for sure. When they got that shot of it, but what great better pre-season conditioning than doing that. So, Jackson will get in, probably be the last guy to arrive, depending on what we do with our imports. But his conditioning and his experience and preparation, he's going to be in a great spot. So, but memories, it's not every day you get to call yourself an Olympian, and he's one of the fortunate few that can.
And just on Pedro, now that he's come into the side, does Dylan Stife, does he kind of go to the bench, or is he more likely to play at 4?
Dylan's role was always as a bench player. He's come off a great year shooting from the perimeter. So the idea was to play him more as a 3. He suits our defensive philosophy as a wing. So his ability to be able to switch multiple positions, to get rebounds, to cover ground, but then also to be able to knock down the 3 and get on the rim. He's just a different version to what Pedro is. So a lot of the lineup this year is interchangeable. So there's a lot of similarities between Taryn and Jackson. There's a lot of similarities between Pedro and Dylan. There's a lot of similarities between Wardenberg and Tanner. So the idea of being able to chop and change but keeping the same style of play is really important.
You guys have, there you go.
Is it quite exciting as a coach to have Rob, Pedro and Dylan as kind of primary defenders that could lock down probably most guards?
Oh, it's crazy. You forget about Taryn. Like, Taryn's a dog defender as well. I think Jonah's going to surprise a lot of people. You know, there's not anyone on this team that can't defend, and that's how we've always recruited. Last year we dropped the ball a little bit in the sense that we still had the best half-court defense, but we were like the third worst rebounding team. So that obviously fluctuated our overall defensive rating. We've recruited for that this year. You know, we brought in the bigs that can rebound. We kept the guards that can get after and rebound. It's kind of a unique prospect where Wardenberg is almost playing more like a guard forward now, knowing that we have shooters and rebounders all around him, that he doesn't have to shoulder that burden and responsibility to pick up the Tyrell Harrisons and then box them out and get rebounds, where you know, we can utilise him in some areas with the expectation that he's still got to get the rebound. But that's not just going to fall on his shoulders and be the reason why we're successful or not.
You guys obviously haven't signed a next star for this season yet. Are you still hoping to do so, given the success of Bobby?
Yeah, I think the window's closed. We did explore it. It was also about balance. You know, we definitely went deep down the line with exploring one. But I think now the timeline doesn't suit, in the sense that all the draft guys are gone. People are either committed to college or gone back to Europe. We won't just bring someone in for the sake of bringing someone in. It's important that we want to get the balance right. But yeah, probably at this stage I'll say unlikely.
Is the noise around having a potential first-round pick in a next start, does that kind of factor into the team's chemistry a bit?
Yeah, it's definitely disruptive. You know, it's something you have to navigate, you know, because you got more cameras, you know, you got more exposure, there's limelight. There's also the burden of Bobby having to navigate through that. You know, he still was technically a rookie getting through his first professional year, and he has more exposure than the average rookie does. And that's where I think Bobby was great during the season, was his maturity. He grew up a lot because he had to, because of the exposure. And so, you know, that was one of the biggest things with Bobby from day one to the end, was he grew up just because he was constantly in the limelight. So it definitely has its benefits in a sense of developing these guys, but it's something you have to navigate as a coach, managing all the expectations that come with it.